I've watched a bunch of vloggers on YouTube, you know, to see what it was like, what they were like. And I've noticed that they do have some interesting characteristics, kind of traits in common with each other. There are several things you have to have or be or do in order to be, you know, interested in it or good at it or even just consistent with it. You'd have to enjoy communicating with people. You'd have to not mind keeping your game face on even when there aren't real people around, because you expect that there might be someday, possibly at least. Your mama might watch this, you never know. But there are certain things that they have in common with each other, I think. Vloggers in general. There's a lot of people that'll just never pick up a camera and point it anywhere near their face, much less turn around and upload that to YouTube as a public file for people to see. Okay, let's go golfing again, just because we love it so much. Here's one of the greens right here. I noticed that nobody's on that green today, but look over here. There's some people on this fairway coming up on that other green over there. It's true, there's also some farmer out here on his tractor digging up the fairway on the side, but I'm sure that has something to do with future growth or improvement or something. That's what golf's all about, you know. I have no idea what golf is all about. I tried it once in my youth. I enjoyed it for a while, but I seem to have had more energy to burn up in those days than I do today, so I'm happy to be in this warm truck while those golfers are out there in the 42-degree heat burning off their energy. I like the way the lights wait till the truck cars all line up on the opposition before they turn red or green for me. Golf. But it's engineering. We're not supposed to understand it. To me, it looks like we're still making a bunch of new laws all the time, but we just don't have any intention of enforcing them anymore. Which is a pretty good way to teach a society that they don't have to obey any laws if they don't want to. I'm worried about that. There's a big old crow up there. And a seagull. Well, you almost want to write a poem about the umbrella in the bushes up above the garbage truck, don't you? City living. It's a beautiful thing. Look at the poetic straps around the bottom of the telephone pole. There goes a runner. There's an outhouse. Now here's a park here. I like parks. Do you like parks? There's a swing set, some slides. More park over there, like a baseball diamond or a football field or something. Here's a gray-haired runner. Gotta admire that. There's a tractor, lawnmower. That's one of the biggest lawnmowers I've seen all day. Here it says "Share the road" on that license, on that bumper sticker. Share the road. I assume that means that this person never tailgates and always has their turn signals on and working and is courteous and loving when they drive. The lady that shares the road, she signaled and then cut me off. The Lord tells us that we are to rule over the animals. And I assume that he would have the same sentiment about transistors as he does animals. Sometimes the courteous thing to do is to ignore each other, especially if one of us is just a GPS lady.
In a half mile, turn right onto Southeast Street.
Here we go. tree choppers and garbage trucks. That's kind of pretty. In a normal sort of a way. Judging by that stone pillar, this has got to at least be the Laurelhurst area, you know.
That seems arcane, that seems old-fashioned. But it's still the right thing to do. And just thinking about this, generation after generation, again, our great encouragement, we are...
Lord help these people in this town. They all still have souls and they all still have hope. There's somebody having a big sign back there that said apple tasting. I wonder if they get to swallow. I would. I think those little girls and their daddy ought to be on YouTube. What do you think? Hey, if I can be on YouTube, they can be on YouTube. If it gets to the point where I need a lawyer to play with YouTube, I'll find something else to play with, you know. I don't think I've ever took a picture of a lawyer. Isn't that interesting? Politician either. Okay, the speed limit here is 25 miles an hour and it's photo enforced. So I guess it's okay for me to take pictures here, huh? It's already photo enforced. Whoops, I'm doing 32 in a photo enforced 25. Lucky for me, I don't have any authority to give myself a ticket. I gotta quit singing on these vlogs. It's tedious having to go find all those songs and edit them out every time. I paid my driver's license fee. I'm supposed to be here. Okay, here's the post office that hasn't gone out of business yet. So I'm gonna go in here and mail my Social Security letter. Lord, I hope you'll bless this. Those are psychological concepts. Don't try to think them through. You need an education to think about things like that. So there's a slough. Anybody can think about a slough. This will be a treat. No, not the concrete truck. All right, here we go. Columbia River.
Continue up Northeast Marine Drive for 8 miles.
Never lived in a houseboat? How about a boathouse? It's kind of hard for me to combine those two words. Even if your boat is your house, do you really want to think of your house as something that could sink? There's a 205 bridge, if you're keeping track of bridge numbers. I've got some of these chips I'm eating for lunch. Some of them are just potato chips. It's prettier than the way I eat. There comes an airplane taking off from the Portland International Airport. I hope he's got enough gas to get up over past me. Kinda spooky. I think he's okay. These are hot. I don't recommend these to normal people. Woo-wee! That would not be a good breakfast food for an old man. Houses are houses for your boat. Houseboats are houses that float. is just dumb.
In 600 feet, turn right onto North Hayden Island Drive.
Fortunately, she's very, very smart, my GPS lady. She knows everything. But the most wonderful thing about her as a human being is that you can turn her off when you want to. You don't try that with your wife. See how you go. One of you will probably end up in jail, and the other one will be either divorced or dead. Not much I can do about the fact that that stupid truck's right in front of me, but there's another big old truck right in front of him. So this is one of those times you might as well just sit back and not worry too much about life. They're only trucks. They got wheels. They'll probably move some before the day is over. I'll just have a lollipop. Go on with my life. Tastes better than those hot Mexican chips I was trying to pound down before I had to drink that quart of water to survive a little while ago. I hope I'm making this look as good as it tastes. You'd just like me to drop it on the floor in a pile of dirt. I started crying right here on camera. First Church of Christ Science. I don't understand that. What does science have to do with Christ? Somebody explain that to me. If this is during my lifetime and you're watching this on YouTube or something like that, tell me why in the comments they would call Christ, why they would associate the two terms in the name of a church, Christ and science. And what would you associate the name of Christ with if you were going to start a church based on Jesus Christ? Mercy or love or holiness? Not science. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm getting awful close for a technician who just now started a Tootsie Pop sucker. There's something unprofessional about chewing on one of these when you walk in the office to fix somebody's printer. Well, it's 1:49 in the afternoon. It's time for a lollipop. Don't get it on the lens of your camera, whatever you do. Now remember, the green ones may taste like an apple. So be careful. Babies. Looks like the tallest baby wanted to help push the short one. Isn't that cute? There's a truck. Truck full of wood. How much wood would a wood truck if a wood truck could chuck wood? I'm concerned that I may get to the point where I don't care about whether somebody watches my videos on YouTube or not. At that point, well, I don't think I'll worry about it. It'd be pretty hard for me to make anything that resembled garbage more than what I'm already doing. And that would be the only logical tendency, I think.